Hello everyone and welcome to a new video series that I'm going to be doing on Farming Simulator 2013. This is the first part. The map I'll be using is not the default map. It's a newer one that I just recently had found, and I have not actually played a game here yet. I just took a little bit of time to go through and explore the map and try to figure some things out, find some locations and such. But other than that, I have not played this map yet. So let's go ahead and dive into it. As you can see here, we only have one crop that was planted by default, and that over here is barley, from what I can tell. And as you can see, 99% of this map is grass. As you can see, fields 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 10 are already planted with grass. We only currently own fields 1, 12, 3, 4, and 19. So those are our fields to work with. We can purchase other fields if we decide we want to, but I'm not really sure if I want to do that right away. I do have a feeling that I will be eventually purchasing field 24 out here because that's a nice square or rectangle, and I like fields that are somewhat even across the board. I like straight rows. I don't like fields like, say, 15 up here where it's all jagged and curved on the edge. I don't like that. So let's go ahead and jump right in. As I was exploring, I did go ahead and sell all the default equipment. Everything except for a truck that I had purchased off of the store. I just used that to get around a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and start off here. We're going to need to check and see how our barley is. It says it's growing, so that'll be pretty good. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to start out and I'm going to go ahead and purchase field 24. So we're going to need to drive over to field 24. To do this, I'm just going to go ahead and get our trusty little pickup truck here. We're going to open up our map. Oops. And we're going to zoom out, and we're going to go ahead and try to head over to field 24. This is going to take a little bit of time to get over here. Ooh, I did not know that these fences were not drive-through fences. So this is going to be a little more of a challenge for us. These bushes, however, you can drive through them. It's kind of a small little gate here for a very large truck. Sometimes it's very hard to steer this truck. This is a very, very fast truck, and it can be very challenging to steer. Even on cruise control, sometimes it can be a little bit of a challenge. As you can see there, the maximum speed on that truck is 62, and as I went into the maximum speed, I kind of started to twist and turn a bit, so I guess I'll have to run it in the second cruise control speed to be most efficient. Alright, I'm not really sure how to get out there to field 24. I thought I would be able to drive around the back of my my farm down here, but I don't think I can. This is a little bit of a problem. Guess we'll have to take the long way and go take a shortcut through this field here. Go ahead and turn four-wheel drive on, make that a little faster to cut through the field, and then go ahead and turn it back off now that I'm back on the road. Alright, as you can see, we're at field 24, sorta. There we go. So now we just need to drive out here to the center of field 24 and stop right next to this little icon. As you can see, this truck doesn't really have any brakes, so sometimes it's a little hard to stop it. Alright, now we can see here we have the option to purchase this field. This field is valued at $131,000, so almost $132,000. So we're just going to go ahead and buy this anyway. And we're going to hop back in our truck here. And we're going to take off. We're going to go ahead and drive back up into and park over here at this farm location. Alright, I do see that there is another way to get back here. I did notice this road back here before. This is a very tight area. And somehow I do believe this truck may be stuck. So we're going to have to go in here and reset this vehicle because I kind of got it stuck, being a little careless. Okay, so that's reset to over there, so that truck will be available over there when I need it. But for the meantime, or in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and purchase our first tractor. So, let's see. I think I want to start out with this fancy Lamborghini tractor right here. It's a nice small horsepower tractor. It'll be pretty good. It's a medium-sized. We're going to go ahead and grab one of those. And next we're going to go ahead and grab, I believe we're going to need a plow. I'm not sure that that field is already plowed or not. Now there's two different ways we can do this. Even though this is a larger plow here, this is a 4.2 meter plow, I'm going to go ahead and go with the smaller plow just for the fact that when you do automatic plowing, if you have a larger plow, sometimes the ones like this that have wheels, that are kind of a free rotating plow, a lot of times they miss a lot of the field with them. But if you have a plow like this that's connected to the back of the tractor and it's not like a freestanding plow, it forces the computer to have the plow lined up almost every time. So that's probably a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and switch over here to this tractor. And we are going to go ahead and attach our plow. Alright, you can see we have our plow now. And due to the nature of this plow, I am going to go ahead and come in here and we're going to buy a couple of weights. I think we're going to go ahead and buy a barrel weight, which is the largest weight. That way I know for sure that I shouldn't have any problems with the steering. If you see here, even though the wheels are kind of turned a bit, it doesn't seem like the tractor is exactly going in the right direction. And that's because the front wheels are a little off the ground. Yeah, now I'm going to have a problem attaching this. We're going to have to go ahead and detach the plow real quick. And come over here, attach this weight, and then back up and get the plow again. Okay, now you can see we can drive normally. That's because the weight's now balanced, as opposed to before. It was not even close. Okay. So I'm not really sure how to get out of here. I guess we'll learn together. Alright, there's a little exit here. And we'll go ahead and put this thing into the third cruise control gear and take it on over to field 24. And as we're on our way over there, as you can see what I was talking about by the plow being attached, this is a straight plow. It's straight out from the back of the tractor. And the difference is the other one is kind of a freestanding plow, so when I turn, the plow would turn also, but when I turn the tractor, it just stays straight out. So that's kind of what I was talking about. Alright, so we're going to go down here, and I believe that I should be able to make a turn and cut right through these trees and end up in our field. Ta-da! Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and I think this field may already, no, this field is not plowed. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking, but this is definitely not plowed. So we're going to go ahead and plow this field. What I need to do here is I need to align my tractor to the outside edge of this field. And then I'm going to go ahead and hire a worker and send him on his way. I usually just watch here for the first couple seconds just to make sure that they're going to drive, you know, straight line and they're going to stay on the field. And since that seems to be working perfectly fine, we're going to go ahead and move on to something else. I'm going to go ahead and come in here and check on this wheat field. Or barley field, excuse me. So as we can see, that barley field is not really, it's just kind of sitting there, hanging out. It's not really grown yet. So I think our next best bet would be to go ahead and try to clean up some of this grass over here and some of these other fields. So we're going to go ahead and come back in here to the store, and we're going to get a mower. Let's see, do I have any mowers in here? I do not have any modded mowers right now. So what I'm going to do is come in here to mowers, and I should be able to purchase this bad boy right here. This is the largest mower in the game. It has two mowers up here on the top that you see that extend out on the side, and one large mower in front. It's more efficient than using even a side mower or a front mower on a regular tractor. So we're going to go ahead and purchase this, and then we will go ahead and hop in it, and we're going to go ahead and drive this over to our fields and start cutting. I think we're going to go ahead and let me check first which field we should start with. I think we're just going to go ahead and start with field 4 right here because that's the closest, so it doesn't look like it would be awkward shape or anything too much. So Oh, we need to turn around here. Going the wrong direction. It's a little hard to navigate such a large mower in these small city streets. I'm not really sure how to get this to where it needs to go. Let's see if we can drive down this road. This is a very tight squeeze, but I think we should be able to do it. Even though we're sort of going the wrong direction, we will eventually get to where we need to. Whoa. Alright, as you can see, this road is not exactly easy for this to be driven on. So, again, as normal, I went ahead and crashed the mower, so we're going to have to reset it. Come back, re-get the mower again, and we should be in a better position this time. Even though this is still a tight squeeze here, we should be in a better position to drive out of here. Again, I'm still going to try to drive up here to field 4. I can't really see where I'm going at all. Okay, I believe this should be field 4 right here. Assuming that there is an opening right here. Oops. Kind of ran into the fence a little bit there. So there's an opening right here. We're going to try and put this bad boy through this small little opening. It'll be a tight turn. We'll make it though. So I'm going to come up here. And I don't really have the intentions of actually mowing this entire field. Just, you know, get the majority of it cut down. There are some random trees here, which I do not like. I don't know why they would put random trees like that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and unfold this mower. And as you can see here, we have 2 side mowers and 1 front mower that are dropping. Alright, now we have the option to enable widespread or short spread of the grass. I'm just going to leave it on 1 single row. You'll see why later for the baling process. If I ever decide to bale this, it'll be much easier. So let's go ahead and turn the mower on and get started. Oh, ran into a tree there a little bit. This is not exactly a very ideal field, considering the trees and the way they're placed. Oh, we hit a tree again. I'm going to have to actually back up to get around this tree. Oh, kind of damaging, dragging that outside mower. Luckily, no damage actually gets caused to anything for running into stuff, so that's a plus. Oh, the telephone pole is a drivable through object. Transparent object, I guess would be the what I'm looking for. You can drive straight through them. Alright, I'm having a hard time in this corner here. Okay, there we go. Oh, we hit the tree again. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and not mow in between these trees for now. If I decide to later, I'll get a smaller mower or something and come back and handle that. But I'm not going to try to mow through the trees. It's just too much work. This mower is much too large to mow small areas. Again, a little too wide there. I'm having a hard time with this mower. Well, we're in a problem here, so we're going to go ahead and turn this off, fold up the mower, and once it gets folded up, I should be able to sneak it past these trees here and reposition it, relower the mower, and reposition it to make this much easier. Like I said, I'm just getting too close to the edges here, so I'm going to have to stay away from that. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn this back on and get back to mowing. Now, obviously, I'm sure that this is kind of boring sitting here watching me mow this field, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the video real quick while I finish mowing this field, and I'll be back for the next step. Alright, so while I was gone, I went ahead and finished cutting up most of that grass in there. Now what I did is I went ahead and I bought 2 new pieces of equipment along with the new tractor. The 2 new pieces of equipment I bought was I bought a teeter and I bought a windrows. And what we do with these is this is going to be used for helping me to dry the grass and to line it up into a straight line for use later with a baler. So I'm just going to go ahead and drive over there and get started. The tractor that you see that I have now is actually probably my favorite tractor in the game. It's a very nice tractor. It's got pretty good speed, pretty good power, and it's not too expensive. So you'll see me probably use this for most of my farming stuff. The only problem with this tractor, well, there isn't another one of those transparent walls. The only problem with this tractor, though, is there is no ability to add a front weight to it. So a lot of the tools and stuff don't work properly because I'm not able to add a front weight to it. So it's imbalanced too much. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can just go ahead and cut straight through here, which I believe we are able to. Alright. Just going to go ahead and back in here through this bush. Alright, and we'll go ahead over here in this corner. First we're going to go ahead and unfold this so I know exactly how wide this is going to be. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and start right here. And what this is going to do is this is going to, as you see, it's going to mess up my nice rows that I had. It's going to flip my grass over and it's going to dry it out, turning it from grass to, I believe, what they consider hay. It's either hay or straw, I'm not sure which one. I think this one is what they consider hay. Some of their things that they consider are not exactly what I thought they were in real life. So we're just going to go ahead and skip some of these in between the tree areas that I did before. It's not really going to matter. The grass will grow back in this area out here, but not so much in the other areas. So from what it looks like, I should have either have got a bigger one of these, or I should have got a smaller one of these, because right now it is the correct size, or right now it is like right in between being able to do 2 rows at a time. So if I would have got the smaller one, I would have been limited to 1 row, and if I would have got the bigger one, I probably could have done 2 rows at a time. And the funny thing is, trees you cannot drive through, but you can drive through telephone poles. Most of the time when you find a map, usually either everything is able to be driven through, or nothing is able to be driven through. And this one's kind of different. I'm going to run over here and grab this real quick before I forget about it. And this is kind of making a very, very, very large mess out of what I've already done. Now, I have 2 options now. We're going to go ahead and fold this up and take this back. My 2 options now are I either have the option to go ahead and straight bale this, or I have the option to try to line this up into some better rows to make it a little easier to bale. Let's see. Whoa. Oh, okay. Apparently we ran into something there. I wasn't really sure what we hit. I know we ended up hitting the fence, but I don't think we hit anything at first. Unless I'm mistaken. So I'm going to go ahead and drive over here and swap these out, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, welcome back. I just went over and swapped out my attachments here. And now we're going to go ahead and use this, and we're going to try to line these things up and do as best of perfect rows as I can possibly get to try to make this easier to bale. I'm not really sure how well this is going to work since this grass and stuff is all spread out all over the place, but we're going to give it our best shot. Again, I'm not really concerned about getting all of it because I can always come back later and finish the rest up, or you know, I can just leave it for another time. And as you can see here, there's still some grass over here in the corner, but even if I was to run over it, it's not going to affect it or move it at all, because this is only going to move the dried stuff. Alright, so there was pass 1. Now I had to turn this off to move to a different area, or else I'm just going to mess up the rows I've already made, and I don't want to do that. And most times when you see me do stuff, you'll see me do it, and usually I do straight rows. where I do one row after another, but in here I'm kind of doing circular rows, and that's just for the fact that the way that this is kind of designed, it left me with a circular pattern, so I decided to choose that to work with. Now it almost looks like to me that I should have got a bigger one of these. Seems like I would have been better off. I figured a smaller one would work better in this confined space, but apparently it seems to actually be doing. Alright, sorry about that there. I had to go away for a second. I had a phone call. But I think we've reached the wrap-up point for this video, so between this video and next, I'm just going to go ahead and finish gathering up all this grass and lining it up, and then when we come back, we'll start the baling process on the next video. Thanks for watching, and see you later.